I have a story for you. A story about a lady. A lady who waits in the dark. When I was a child, my parents and I found ourselves in and out of living arrangements. We scraped by, moving from house to house, each one seemingly more run down than the last. We had one vehicle, an old rusted truck. My mother called it the tank. You could hear us coming from miles away. Our pantry was continually lacking, and our clothes were secondhand. My father found work as a handyman, while my mother took care of me. They were an honest pair, but fortune never seemed to smile upon us. Like clockwork, the end of another cruel month had come, and we were staring at our third eviction notice. My grandmother offered us an old house she'd inherited off the beaten path in Greenville, Tennessee. She grew up next door to the place. She was getting older and needed someone to be close to her in case of an emergency. Her brother was the one who had lived there, but he kept to himself, never allowing anyone to visit him. He had since passed away. No one noticed it for weeks, as he was very withdrawn from the outside world. We moved into that house on my 8th birthday. The house was very old. It made noises just as you'd imagine. The left side of the foundation was sinking into the ground. I helped my dad go underneath and post concrete blocks to support the structure. On the positive side, we had a well house with drinkable water. My grandmother used to tell us stories long ago of a little girl that played in there. On one fateful afternoon during a thunderstorm, lightning struck the well house, killing her. The family was devastated and moved away, with my grandmother never hearing from them again. With all of these stories, our new home felt just like all the others we had lived in. Until our first cold October night. I was abruptly woken by something that didn't feel right. It wasn't the cold, the sounds of a groaning old home, nor was it the animals that lived inside the walls. That was the first time she came to me. It appeared to be a lady. She had a pale face with deep scars and wore a red dress. There was something off about her. Once every few days, she would reveal herself slightly, almost as if she was shy or afraid. Being an 8-year-old, my parents didn't believe me. It was hard for me to believe what my eyes were seeing. When I would play outside, I could see her standing in the bedroom window, watching me. If you looked close enough, sometimes you could see her smiling. At night, she would reveal herself more. While laying in bed, I could feel when she was close to me, just staring from within the blackness of the room. I started to second-guess myself, as if I had not seen anything at all, that I was just the product of an 8-year-old's imagination. I convinced myself that my eyes were playing tricks on me. I didn't believe in her anymore. She wasn't real. People make mistakes. What I had done was far worse than anything imaginable. One night, out of a deep sleep, I woke up to her standing directly over my bed. Crippled by fright, all I could do was stare into her lifeless eyes as they fixated back on mine. It was at that very moment I knew what she wanted.
No one ever found my body.
My parents were in shock. After months went by, all hope was gone in finding me. They moved out of the house on my 9th birthday. The house lay dormant for years, deep in the mountains of that forsaken town, to the point where it was long forgotten. But I can assure you that if you go looking for that long and curvy path deep in those woods, there will be a house at the end of it. A house overgrown, abandoned, and absent of anything good. And that's where she will be, waiting for you.